to my channel, and today I'm doing something a little bit different. I am going to be talking about plants, specifically orchids. Now I have a few orchids in my collection here. I'm not a collector or anything, but I call it a collection now because I have a lot. And I buy them from specialty shops because I like to buy species orchids. Now, what are species orchids? Species orchids are orchids that grow in the wild. Because if you didn't know, those orchids you get in the store, those in the grocery store, in the pharmacy, in the Walmart, wherever you go, the Home Depot, those are hybrids. They're decorations. They're man-made. But these grow in the rainforest. They grow. I don't think they grow in the desert, I'm sorry. But they grow in the rainforest, they grow in Latin America and in Asia. So, I have a few. I'm going to show an example here. None of them are blooming except for my Cymbidium, which is, I think it's a hybrid. But I keep it anyhow because it smells really nice. So, I guess I can show you an orchid. This one. No, this one. This is a coconut orchid. It doesn't have any blooms on it. And it has these huge, like, coconuts here. And those retain water. So this is drought tolerant, but they have to be watered. They get a little bit wrinkly if you don't water them enough. And I killed so many hybrid orchids before I started with species orchids. So I highly recommend you start out with hybrid orchids because they're easier to take care of, and you won't feel like you're really doing any harm to the plant. So this is called a Maxillaria tenuifolia. Now, when I go shopping for orchids, how do I know? Because even in the specialty stores, there's hybrids everywhere. Why? Because they're so decorative. People like them on their tabletop, they like them in the windows, stuff like that. So, what you have to look for is the first letter in the name. So, as long as if there's usually as long as there are lowercase letters, then it means it's a species orchid. It grows in the wild. So here, for example, I don't want to take it apart because it's attached to the root. It says Maxillaria tenuifolia, and Maxillaria has a capital M, and tenuifolia has a small case letter. That's how I know it's not a hybrid. I just watered these. I water these once a week, sometimes 2 times a week, depending. They like humidity, and I don't really, they need specialty pots. You either in the store, like those ones are not in specialty pots, some of them, because they came with the potting media, but this one I transplanted into one of these aerated pots, and they grow really well. Now with the coconut orchid, if you plant it in a wide, like, pot, flower pot, like a basket, then it will grow wide. But if you plant it in like a cup like this, it'll grow long, it'll grow over, it'll start to grow. Like here I have 1, 2, 3, all on 4. Almost, I have 4 on here on one stem here. So it's just growing downwards and out. Now I have a little secret. I put THC oil on them when I get them so that they don't rot, because orchids are very known for root rot, and it really helps. Maybe it's my magical thinking, but I really believe that it's doing good for the orchid. And in Canada, THC oil is legal, so I get it at the dispensary. I get it legally, and I put it on the orchid. I do have good soil in my home. My plants grow well, relatively well. I don't have the best lighting, but I have good lighting for growing orchids by the window. It's just a dispersed light. You don't need bright direct light, although bright direct light really helps plants grow. So this is my coconut orchid. I'm gonna put this away now. I have a Phalaenopsis orchid, 2 of them. These are species orchid. Now this is a real orchid. This is a species orchid. It doesn't have flowers, it's never bloomed for me. It's called the Phalaenopsis cornucervi shadow lady. I brutalized that, I'm sorry. But anyway, this is my hobby. This kept me this kept me busy during COVID. And I hope to share with you every time they bloom, because it's important, I find. I think orchids are kind of like metaphors for fruit. So they bloom. To me, it's like when I think of this, I think that I'm helping an endangered species when I'm taking care of these orchids. I think that I'm treating something on the plants and that I'm taking care of it. So I'm contributing to good healthy fauna, and hopefully one day human beings will be able to reforest our forests, all the clear cut we did, and we can bring back the good soil in the Amazon, because it's really the problem with the Amazon is once they clear cut it, the soil is destroyed. They have to regenerate the soil, and they don't have the technology really to do that. They do it the old-fashioned way, it takes a long time. But I feel like the THC oil really speeds it up, and it really protects the orchid from fungus. See, the roots are beautiful. No mold, nice and green. I just watered them, and they are so, and I like to put the THC oil on the root. So I hope you enjoyed this vlog. I'll see you in the next one, and let's do some growing together.